And you're also, you know what's interesting, because I observe you, you're a happy person. You're happy. You're right, like you enjoy your life. You're happy. You got a great husband. Congratulations. You're pregnant. You have a baby on the way. You're not a miserable person, and you don't seem invested in other people's misery. Like you, yeah. And I think, is there a psychological component to a lot of politics right now that we're not realizing, where you see some of these people? When I see somebody with purple hair screaming, I go, there's something else going on, and it's not always political.
It's usually just a mental disorder, which none of us are equipped to address. Trying to make yourself unattractive, screaming, shrieking, finding, issues with everything. Like anything that, screams normal to them, they have to attack it. They're just like, this needs to go because it's too normal. It's a horrible way to live. So I always say, if you look at the life of a leftist, they wake up every day and they are trying to figure out what to be upset about. Eventually that has to rot your soul. Like, to be looking around, to walk into a grocery store and be like, you know what? These Aunt Jemima freaking pancakes have to go. You know what I mean? Like, I look in and I'm like, ooh, like, what's in the meat section? I get to go to the picture and see what he's made up. So I just can't imagine. They don't realize the weight of their own mentality. And I'm the exact opposite person. I'm always happy. And that's partly because I have a family. We just have a very good sense of humor. We just always made fun of each other growing up. We don't take ourselves too seriously. So I think having a sense of humor just makes life better. And the left just does not have a sense of humor about anything.
Well, that's true. I mean, one of the things, there's so many comedians that do respect you, and a lot of them don't say so publicly, because you live by that code of, listen, you can say whatever you want about me. I'm going to laugh it off. We did a video where I dressed up like a Corona ball, and the Corona ball said that the Corona ball was going to come and go up your nose and find you in a grocery store. And I know Chappelle's talked about you, and other comics and SNL. You really roll with it. Like, you don't care. You laugh it off. I love what you said about SNL. I think you tweeted, your show hasn't been funny since 2009, which is true.
Yeah.
Why are you able to laugh things off? And why are so many people on the left, but also you have certain people on the right, just not able to do it?
Well, I think first and foremost, like I said, I love humor. So like, I grew up watching all of the stand-ups, and I think it's sad that comedians aren't allowed to say things unless they're politically correct. Political correctness is not funny. It's just not funny.
Right.
So like, I always say, it was Chris Rock's Bigger and Blacker. It's one of my favorite all-time favorite stand-ups. And if you watch it from start to finish now, he could have never performed this in 2020. Right. He would have been burned over the coals. And what's beautiful about it is he starts out, the first thing he says is racially charged. He comes out on stage and he's like, white people in the back tonight. Then he starts going on about all of these stereotypes, making fun of Black people for the baby mama culture, making fun of white people being like, if it's a school shooter, it's a white kid.
Right.
All of these things that like you could never say today. And by the end of it, this incredible thing happens where everyone in the audience, no one escaped. Whether you were Chinese, Black, white, gay, straight, no one escaped. And you sort of realize, you know what, we all kind of suck and we're in that together. And there's a beauty in that. There's a humanity in that, and not taking yourself so seriously and being able to laugh at yourself. Like, I appreciate the stereotype, even the caricature of Candace Owens, right? So like, I found your thing to be very funny because it was hitting at this caricature of like, Candace Owens doesn't think I'm real. And that's funny. And I should laugh at that and not be like, how could he make fun of a woman of color expressing her opinion about a pandemic? Like, it's just so boring. It's funny.